Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you're doing wonderful. In this video, we are going to see some additional options for the factory method, so which generates an ALV. So we have a video already which explains how to convert your internal table data to the ALV format with the help of factory method. So today we are going to see some more options. Let's get into the slides. So very basic idea of factory method is keep some objects first, depends on your need, and get the reference with the help of some relevant method. Okay, the first one is you have to get this is my base object which is referred to a table, class CL SALV table. This is very basic and it's a base one as well, and get the reference of it with the help of the factory method. Along with that, you have to send the internal table which displays the data in the ALV format. It's very simple. We have already seen it. And if we on top of it, the ALV is ready, it's ready to display, and on top of it I want to perform some options like make some toolbars adjustments, or I want to make a color or total subtotals, everything. So whatever you want to perform on top of the base ALV, then you need a relevant object which refers to the exact class, and get the reference of it. How to get the reference of it? To get the reference, the base class, this ALV has a method which gives a reference of the object, depends on your need. If it is a toolbar, different method. If it is a color, different method. Okay, so I want to perform a sorting option, different method. So to get it, you have to use the different object, and then base objects, then it needs to call the relevant method. So this is a format which we have already seen, just this is for your quick reference. Okay, so with the help of this, we are going to achieve few options on today's video. The first one is toolbar. We have already seen how to enable a toolbar, and today we are going to add some more options. To get a toolbar, obviously I need an object that is going to refer the class SALV functions list, and I'm going to get the reference of it. How to get the reference? The step one, first get the reference of your base object OBJALV along with your internal table. After that, this class SALV table has a method called get function. With the help of that, I'm going to get the reference of this toolbar, object toolbar. Once I get the reference, I can access all the methods whichever is relevant or needed for my requirement. For example, I want to display all my toolbars, means I want to set is equal to okay, there are few options. I want to display all the default, all the toolbar buttons, or only the default, or only the selections. Okay, so for that I have a method called set all that is coming under this relevant class SL functions list. That is a method called set all. So value is X. So I'm going to say just set all the toolbars, visible all the toolbar buttons along with the toolbar. So that's what I want to use this method. Okay, and then 1 minute before that, okay, so there is a display option that actually enables the ALV. So I think I missed it here. It's fine. I'll tell you. Object ALV. There is a method called display. So that then only your display is kind of a right statement. Then only you're able to see the ALV. So that is missing. Don't worry. We'll cover in the while creating the program. And so now I'm going to set a toolbar. So set a toolbar means, okay, that's a default toolbar, but I want to set my own toolbar. Okay, so what I have to do is make sure the toolbar is ready. So it may be in the same program or a different program. So here I used a standard toolbar which available in a different program. So there is a method called set screen status which use the base, the hyphen is missing, which use the base object SALV underscore function, that's function factory, that object to be used here, and method is set screen status. And there are some few input parameters like PF status, the GUI type status name, and then report the program name, and set function. So what do you want to see? You want to see the functions default, or you want to see everything, or none? There are some options. So whenever you can see C underscore is a constant. Okay, I'll show you in the system. And the constant they mention 0, 1, 2, or X, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, but they maintain a constant. Okay, so what happens is this will override my default toolbar. So this is a way you can override your default toolbar in your ALV. So the next one is I want to restrict the visibility of my toolbar buttons. Then what you can use it. First, get all the toolbar functions in an internal table with the help of a method called get functions. So here I'm using the object toolbar. Okay, object toolbar reference to get all the toolbar functions, a function code basically, to the internal table. Once it is done, make a loop and use a field symbol. So I'm going to say there is a field, or there is a button with function code called graph, ampersand graph. I want to visible as I'm going to disable it. So this is the way I'm going to use it. R function, and there is a method called get name. If this function code exists, then automatically disable that. Okay, so that is the code which I'm going to use it. So this will take care whether which the button is to be disabled or not. You have some more options also, some more methods also, not only set visible. Okay, and this is one of the way to just make enable or disable your toolbar buttons. And yeah, the try catch, this is very important because sometimes there may be a spelling mistake. So what happens is if he is not able to identify anything, it goes to dump. Whatever you are saying, okay, get this toolbar button or get the column name, there may be mistake in the column name to color it. So then what happens? Automatically program is going to generate the short dump page. So to avoid that, use this try catch and the exception classes SALV not found. This will prevent the short dump which is going to cause. Okay, it's very frequent if you start using the factory method with all these options. Okay, always go with try catch. And the next one is a total. I want to make a total of any of my columns. So what I have to do is I need an object which refers to the SLV aggregation class. Okay, so then I need a reference of the object. This is always the old code. Get the reference of your base object. So after that, there is a method called add aggregation. Okay, so this actually it's going to dump there definitely because I missed one line here that actually get the reference of it. So just keep it in mind, will manage while creating the program. Okay, so there is always one line which get the reference with using a class. Probably using a method. Actually the method could be get aggregations. Yes, so using the base object, and there is a method called get aggregation that is missing. It's fine. So after getting the reference, I'm going to make a statement and showing that I want the total of this particular column. So object reference and the method is add aggregation. Column name is, what is a column name? Depends on your internal table. You need a column name. Just give that column name in a capital letter. And this aggregation statement is optional. If you want, you can add it, because by default it is a total. If it is optional, if you not mention anything about the aggregation, by default is a total. Sometimes if you want a minimum, maximum values or average, then you can use that particular method here. It is the attribute, the total or minimum or maximum. Okay, if you're not mentioned, by default system understand, okay, this column to be aggregated with total only. Okay, so this is the way you can make a total of your ALV. And okay, there's another point is I want to clear the reference, because if you see, if you add more options, you can see number of reference variables are increasing, and unnecessarily you don't want to hold the reference. Okay, it's a best practice. So once the scope is done of the reference variable, please clear it using the method called clear. Okay, clear the reference, I'm saying. The next one is a subtotal. So I want to make a subtotal of it. So here what I have to do is, first you have to group it. You need aggregation definitely, and addition is you need a group. So I need one more object which is going to be a part of CLS sorts class. It's object to refer to that particular class. So now get the base. After that, get the reference of the group. Obviously you have to get the reference of your aggregation object also. Get the reference of it. Once it is done, and okay, so this is the one, this is missed in the previous slide. So get the reference of your aggregation object also. Once it is done, and you have to use a method called add sort. This is a part of the group class, and you have to mention what is the column name, which column name you want to do a subtotal, and what is the position. So if it is more than one field to be added in the subtotal, okay, so for that you have to use a position. So position is 1, and subtotal, yes, true, the X, and sequence 0 1 2. Sequence is nothing but which part, like I can say order ascending, descending. Okay, so there is a constant. I will show you the constant also. Otherwise, you can say that each constant has a value 0, 1, 2. You have to mention that one, which sequence you want to sort it. And once it is done, you have to make after this you have to add the aggregation for the particular column. Okay, so which column name you want to do the aggregation. So what happens is this will add the sorting options, and this will add as a subtotal also. So for this column, subtotal is enabled. Okay, this will help the total also. This will help which options you want. If you want a total, because normally if you add a subtotal at the end, you have to use a total also. For if you want a total, you can use this option. Okay, otherwise just leave it. And if you want to make a subtotal for more than one field, then use this. So field 1, field 2, position 1, position 2, remaining all same. Okay. And the same thing, if you want to add aggregation for more than one field, then use these options. So column name 1 and column name 2. So more than one field I wanted to be aggregated using this by using this option. So the next is color. So for colors, I need two different objects, columns and column. Okay, and we are going to use a casting. It's very simple. And the reference also difference, columns table, column table. Okay, and I need one work area, so which carries what kind of color, intensive, everything to be carried out in that work area. So I need a work area of it. Then obviously you need to get the reference first for the object columns with the help of get columns using the base object. And after that, I'm going to use a casting, which get the reference of the, here it's a wide one. So get the reference of object columns, get column, and which field name you want. Okay. So that reference to be added to the next object, second object, object column. And after that, the work area to be filled. Actually, only color is enough. COL, this is enough. If you want, you can add it. These are options. So once it is done, using the second object reference, you have to use set color method along with your work area. Okay, so this will take care of which color you want. Actually, here it's open, wide open, without any conditions. I'm just making a color for the entire column. Okay, and the color, actually this represents with 0 to 7 different colors. So if you make some changes with some different numbers, you'll able to see what color it is actually. Okay, and the next one is it's a colors the full row, not the column. Now I want to make a color for the full row. So for that, what you need is you need columns obviously, and you need internal table which needs one more, what do you call it? It's a nested internal table. I can say I have internal table which carries all the data. Along with that, I need one area where I need to, that is in nested internal table. Okay, that needs to carry the color informations. Okay, so for that you need to change the structure of your internal table. So with the color structure is LVC TSCOL. T is a table type. So I'm going to use a type because it's needed a nested internal table. So then get the reference of it, get columns. And here I'm going to use color. What is the color you want? Color -COL equal to 3. And this is going to be part of your data. It's a loop because it's an internal table, nested internal table, right? So in that, I'm going to add a field called color underscore COL equal to 3. Then I'm going to use set color column. What is a color column? So what is the name you have given, that needs to be added here. Okay, so once you give, it will add the color for the entire row. Again, here there is no specific, there is no conditions. So what happens, it applies for each rows. Okay, and this statement, this changes is going to be affected in each row. Okay, and here you can see only the columns. And if you want to add some specifics, I want to add a row, some if condition, simple. There's some if conditions to be added. Then what you have to do is you have to use a loop. I will show you that. You should, use a loop. And this structure has a field name called F name. So which field name you want to add a color? This is for a specific cell. So specific cell, I want to add a color. So which field you want to add it? So along with that, I'm going to add some more if conditions. Is it available here? No. Okay. Some more if conditions that will make sure this color is going to be applicable for a particular cell or particular row. So that I will show you a simple if condition along with a loop. Okay. That's it. These are the options which we are going to see on today's video. Let's get into the system. So this is my system, and there's basic coding. I have created object reference for this class and getting the reference using the factory method along with the data. So here I'm using a table called sFlight, which has more data. It's easy for a total or subtotal, so that is the reason we use that. And then this is the method which we have to use to display the ALV. If this is missing, you're not able to get the output. And output is pretty simple. I have used select star. It get every field along with the data. Okay, so let's start play around with other options now. So now I'm going to use a toolbar first. So object, I need a toolbar, type ref to c underscore ALV underscore SALV underscore functions list. Oops. So functions list. Okay. So the next I need, after this I have to use this because the base object to get the reference. So after that I'm going to get the reference of my toolbar. Spelling. Object ALV, and the method is get functions. Okay, so I got the reference of the toolbar. So now I have to use the method called set all, right? So toolbar and the method is set all, then true. Either you can use a constant or system X. Okay, as the act ordered. Execute. So now you'll get that toolbar. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this particular toolbar option. So I'm going to overwrite. So what I'm going to do is set all. Okay, so here I'm going to use object ALV set screen status. Okay, either you can use pattern. So here pattern objects object ALV, and I need set screen status. This is the method I need. So what is the report here? So report is, it's a standard one, BC ALV underscore demo underscore tooltip underscore list. Okay, and the PF status is SALV underscore table standard. Spelling, yes. So what are the functions you want? I want a function as none. It means it won't display anything, but I'm going to see one. Let's see what is actually meaning of 1 and 2. Okay, and close it. So that's it. Okay, save. And I don't want this now because I set the functions here itself, so I don't want to set all here. Check it and act toward it and execute. So you can see a different toolbar here. Okay, so now I want to see what is this set function of 1. So go here. Okay, object ALV and attribute some constant. So here it is set function is all is going to 2, default is 1, none is 0. Okay, let's go with 2 now. So here option is 2 because it shows only default. I want to show everything. Activate. You can use the constant or the number. So here you can see some it display all the toolbars here. Okay, means buttons here on the toolbar. Now I want to disable the graph. Okay, so first you need to find what is the function code of this graph. So how to find it? It's pretty simple. You have the data here. You have the information of the program and the GU status. So go to SE41. After a long time, we are going here and get the program and the status. You can F4 or just copy paste it and display. Okay, and what is the function code of the graph? Where is the graph? Here it is. It's a graph, Amazon graph. So if you want anything else, get the function code from here. Okay, so I'm going to disable the graph. So for that, I need okay, I already have it. I need a okay on the flow. I can get the internal table. So I need one internal table which carries all the toolbars. So that to be get it from the method toolbar get functions. Almost same. Okay. So now this internal table has all the toolbar, means all the function code of the toolbar. So loop it. IT tools assigning. So to avoid the modify statement, so go with the field symbol tools. Okay, so here I'm going to use if condition. So if tools, and there is a function called R function, and there is a method called get name. So here, and the method parameter equals, so we know the function code of the graph, graph. Okay, if yes, then what I have to do was use the same function code here, sorry, same function, and the method is set visible. Set visible and space. Okay, save it, act toward it, and execute it. So now you can see the graph is missing. Okay, so if you want more than one, just you can just disable it. Depends on some more additional conditions. Just add one more if condition. Based on that, this will work. Okay, and this is for the tools. Now I'm going to use a total. So for total, I need one more reference variable, one more object. So the object is, I can say, aggregation type ref to cl underscore SALV underscore AGG control space bar aggregation. Okay, then get the reference. So, I'm sorry. Get the reference for aggregation with the help of the method get aggregations. Get aggregation. That's it. So I need an aggregation. So where you want aggregation? So make sure everything happening before this statement. Otherwise, what happens? You're not able to see your output what you're expecting, because sometimes we may have added the code after the display statement, ALV display statement. Okay. So here I'm going to add the aggregation. So for which one I'm going to add aggregation? So let me have it object aggregation. So you can use a pattern also. Add aggregation, yes. Sometimes it used to happen, it is not giving the proper method. Let me check it out. We agree. Okay, aggregations. S is missing. Now let me try. Yeah, add aggregation and the fields. So I'm going to use export option here, exports, and the column name. So what is the column name you want to aggregate it? Okay, so I can go with seats occupied. Make sure you have the correct one, otherwise you get a temp. I'll show you that also. Okay, so by default it takes the total. Let's see the total now. Execute. So add to it. Let me restrict the date. Let's see, because it's a huge one. Always I will go all the way down. So here you can see the total, the seats occupied, it comes. Okay, so if you want to say I want to see the maximum seats, yes, you can do it. So for that you have one more field, one more export field called exceptions importing. 1 minute, I forgot. Will it be there? No, 1 minute. So here I'm going to use the field name called aggregation, and the value was okay, if s ALV c underscore aggregation, and the property is max. So I want to see the maximum. Okay, just drag toward it. So you have max, min, average, and by default it's total. Execute all the way down. It shows which is the maximum value. Okay, so this way you are able to just play around with that. Okay, excuse me. So if you want to add one more field also aggregation, the same statement, just copy paste and with a different name. So payment sum. So I'll go with the payment sum because it shows little different based on the currency. Payment sum is one of the field. So I used select star from SLite table. So all the standard fields are used in my internal table also. Execute, and over here, see, you can see the payment sum is also displayed here. It's a different currencies. Only also you have the default conversions over here. Okay, so this is a way you can make aggregation, whether it's a total or max or min. Okay, so max by default, maybe I can go with the total. Delete. So, or you can use one more option called total also. There is one more option here. Instead of maximum, you can use total. So now you can see the totals, little bigger numbers here. Okay, and then aggregation is done. So if it is a spelling mistake or the one which we are suggesting, the system is not able to recognize what is this field name. So what happens? I just change the spelling of the payment sum field and execute dump. So this will get a dump. Always you can see exception CXSALV not found. So always keep it in the try block. So if I use try block, try catch, so CX SY SALV CX SALV not found. CXSALV not found. Come on. Okay, so now I'm going to execute with the same field name, which is not the correct field name, and execute. Yeah, at least we'll get it. Okay, and all the way down. So only this, because this is the field name is not correct. At least you come to know something is wrong, and this avoids the shortcut. Okay, so try catch. And the next we are going to see about subtotal. So for that I need one more object, which is a reference of SALV underscore sorts. Somehow system is getting slow, not sure. Let's do my best. So here I need one thing for subtotal, type ref to CLSALV underscore sorts. Okay, and I need a reference. Okay, here, oops, come on. Okay, so here object subtotal equals my base object and get sorts, get SORTS. So okay, I got the reference. Next, what I'm going to do is subtotal. Okay. So I'm going to have aggregation for two payments. I'm not going to change that. And before that, I'm going to add a subtotal. So before a subtotal, you can see the total at the end. You can see the total. So let me have this also a total. I'm getting ready, make things are ready for subtotal here. So first, I'm going to have one field. So based on that, it will work. So here I'm going to have object subtotal and the method is add sort. Yep. So add sort, you have so fields, or what is a column name to be sorted? Column name. I'm going to have char ID. And what is the position? Position is this is the first one. And subtotal, as it is getting slow, I'm not using control space bar get the help. So I just started typing it. Subtotal, yes, I want a subtotal, and the sequence is if SALV underscore C underscore sort. And here we have an option called sort ascending, descending, those informations. ALV. Sort down, sort man and everything. So I want sort up. So here it is. Okay. Let's close it. So this is now the subtotal is based on char ID. So activate is active and execute it. So now the subtotal is based on char ID. So you can use this. It's long. So you will get the subtotal based on whatever field you have chosen, and as usual you will get the total also. Okay, so this is a way you can make the subtotal. So if you want to add one more field, the same thing, just copy paste and change the field name as well as the position. So now I want subtotal based on connection ID as well. Connection ID over here, it's 2, that's it, and add to order and execute it. Okay, so here you can see now the subtotal is based on your care ID as well as your connection ID. So they're based on that, the subtotal will display here. Okay, so the next one is going to be the color. Suppose if I want to add a color for the entire column, so I need two reference objects for that. One is columns, another one is column. So object column type ref2, I need CLS ALV COLUMN columns table, and I need one more object for column. This is column, so you can have any name, it's fine. Type ref2 CLS ALV column table. Okay, that's it. Okay, and get the reference for columns first. Object columns equals, and I need reference from the method. What's the method over here? Object, it's get columns, get underscore columns. This is the one, so I'm going to get the reference. After that, I need to do the casting here, and I'm going to add which column I want to have the color, the entire column. Okay, so for that I need object column. This is going to be this one. It's white casting over here. Then object columns, and the method is get column. So here you can see get column. Okay, get column, and the column name may be, okay, I'm not sure, C is occupied, go with that. After that, I need a work area, it's getting slow. Seats occupied, yeah, and then I need one work area, so let me have it here itself. That is preferred to LVC underscore S underscore COLO. Okay, so here only one field I'm going to fill, that is COL equal to 4. Okay, and finally I'm going to have, this is going to be used with one of the method called set color. So object COLM column, and here it is set color and the work area name. So work area is COLOR. Okay, it's going to be here. Yep, and act order. Now, okay, what is the error? Because the error here is unknown, spelling mistake. So here activate it and execute. So here I'm going to execute this, and expecting the full column is going to be colored with light green. So maybe you can change from 4 to some other number. You might see a different color. Okay, so this is for the column. And if you want to have in a row level, suppose I want to color in the row level. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have a different structure very quick. Let me have a structure here. Okay, 1 minute. I don't want to waste your time. So here, this is the one which I declared. I just changed it. Previously, I used into data, IT data. But now I need internal table here for every record. So I just change the structure with S flight as well as with my another nested internal table. Okay, this is the table type. And after that, there is a change over here is just remove the data because it's not on the flow declaration. It's already declared here. And we have to use into corresponding fields of, otherwise what happens is it has a different structure, you will get a syntax error. So these are the changes you have to make it to make color in the row level. Okay. So after that, what I had to do was I'm going to assign a row, a color for the entire row. There is no conditions. So what I'm going to do was I'm going to have so here I need one work area, which is row color type LVC underscore S underscore COL. Okay. So then I'm going to have it inside the loop, my data, excuse me, assigning field symbols, first data. Okay, so here I'm going to assign the details with the help to this work area, and there is a field called sorry, over here it is. BS, let me check whether there is a structure with that name or not. LVCSCO. Okay, sorry, it's not. It's S color. Yeah, it's S. So here I'm going to have now the color, and there is a one more name column, and that to be added as 6. Okay. So after this information to be appended in the row level. So I have to use append my color informations, means row color information, to the row. So that is available in another internal table called IT color. That's it. So here one more, finally I have to say which is your internal table name which holds the color information. So for that we are going to use set, okay, sorry, here set color column. So we use color for the column one, but here we have to use a different method. It's color column. Okay, it's my mistake. So here it is a column. So this level, the top level, we have to use a color column. And what is the internal table name? So internal table name in capital color. Okay, I have a small doubt. Let's check. Activate it and execute. Expecting a row. Yeah, it's color for every row. So let me have a quick check. Maybe seats occupied validation. I can go into see if seats occupied is more than 350, then I need this color. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a condition here. If F is data and then seats occupied is greater than 350, I want this. Okay, and act order. Execute. So you'll get it. Okay, so only the particular row. Now if you want, I want only the field level. Suppose if it is greater than, then let's say I want to make the occupied or whatever columns. So some columns I want to make as red. Only the particular cell I want to make it. Pretty simple. Just here add one more field called field name. So which field name you want to make this is enable. So seats occupied. So only particular cell to be added over here, not the entire row. So activate and execute now. So you will get this. Okay, so this is a way you can make some options. You have few more, probably we'll get it in the next video. These are the ways you can able to make some options after display your ALV with the help of factory method. Okay, just play around and go through this. If you have any doubt, please let me know. And thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.